everyone, my name is Kaikun6 and I'm here to present to you the very first episode of a project that I've been wanting to work on for such a very long time. I don't know how often I'm going to be uploading this type of series, I don't know how often I'm going to do it, but hopefully it'll give you a chance to get to know me and share some of the experiences that I've experienced when I was in high school or early on in my life. And hopefully you'll be able to share some experiences with me, also either connected to the song or any other songs in the future that I'm going to mention. So I had no idea how I was going to title this, but I was going to go with the original title that I came up with back in high school, and it will be called Play Stories. So of course, play, list, and then stories. So playlist will be from my Spotify playlist, and then stories, which it could be anything that happened in my life or then in someone else's life or stuff that I've experienced. So I thought that would be a nice way for us to get to know each other, and then that way, if any friends or family that watch this, that way they'll know what kind of experiences I had back in high school, and then they're I guess get to know me. I don't know, but I've had a lot of crazy stories from high school thanks to the friends that I made. So I just thought that maybe it would be a really cool thing to implement music or a song title for this particular experiences for in my life, basically. So the first song that I am going to mention, and it's going to be Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. It's so funny. I first thought it was going to be Teenagers by My Chemical Romance, but honestly, I remembered this experience wrong, and I was okay, maybe it was another memory that came with the other song. So I was you know what, I'm going to go, I'm going to go with the first one, which is Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. So every single time this song played, it could be anywhere. It could be from school dances, it could be from announcements, or a random student in our class or classes would be playing that song. And then of course, you have a teacher that's just okay, we get it, we like your song, so calm down or whatever. So I had an iPod video and an iPod Classic back in the day also. I don't have them no more since they've been, destroyed by the beach and stuff. So I was okay, well, I hear this song very often, and then every single time this experience, it just immediately comes into my head whenever that song plays. So this particular experience, it all started when I was in middle school. I got to know these individuals that they're a mutual group of friends, okay? Because at the time I only had my own, and then I had my ex best friend that I no longer associate with no more, and it kind of got to the point where it was okay, well, let's see if we can be friends with these other group of individuals, and we did. But it was mainly just me, talking to these people. And I wanted to use real names, but just in case for privacy issues or they don't want to come after me and stuff, I decided to use some fake names, and I'm not going to use any photos or anything, unless, I find some links for these particular individuals. But like I said, privacy issues, and I don't want them coming after me. So let's just use fake names. So very first one, these group of girls, I want to say her name is Alex. So I'm going to use her name, just Alex, fake name. Alex, then there was Jane, and then there was Brittany. Let's say that. So I met these three girls back in middle school, and we had a horrible English teacher, and I don't know her actual name, but she was a very terrible English teacher. We heard rumors about her all the time, that she mistreated all these students, and that she slept with another teacher at the time, and it was true. Apparently she wasn't happy in her marriage, so she decided hey, I have a chance with this other teacher, I'm gonna go sleep with him. And then it turned out that there was so many other teachers that slept with each other, so it was nuts. So anyway, I met these 3 girls. So Alex, Jane, and Brittany. There you go. Hopefully I'll keep the names consistent. So I met them in middle school in that class, and they were kind of like, oh, you know, like, you seem pretty cool, let's go chill, let's hang out. And I was just like, sure. So we always did group projects together, and I was like, it was pretty awesome, because in that class I also had my ex-best friend in there, but you know, she had her other group of friends, and I was just like, I ain't having it. I don't like her. Or at the time I did, but then, you know, my like, there was an inkling inside me that was just like, no, there's something going on with her, and I don't want to. And only certain friends and family members know about this person, so I'm not gonna name any names. So anyway, so fast forward to, I want to say maybe sophomore year in my high school. Brittany is no longer in the picture. She went to another high school, but I was still friends with Alex and Jane. So these 2 girls were kind of like one of the most consistent people in, like, throughout my whole school experience, other than my ex-best friend. She introduced me to a guy, and I want to use a fake name. I'm gonna call him Drew. He apparently was like I think he had a crush on all these girls. I don't know, but like, he was very much a flirt. He was like wondering if he ever had a chance with these girls. I don't know. I was just like, ooh, you know, you need to back off, you know, that they might have boyfriends or something, but he didn't care, whatever. Anyway, but I met him when I was like also in middle school, but it was kind of like that moment where we reintroduced ourselves back in freshman year, and we were like, oh shit, you know, like, I know you. And he was like, yeah, I know you too. And then so we started talking again, and then we were like chilling. We had PE class together, and we basically just shared a lot of cool experiences. Like, he has an older sister, and I know his older sister, and she is so cool. I really like her. Like, she was the reason why I started to like certain genres of music, and then plus the style that I used to wear back in high school. So anyway, fast forward now to senior year maybe. Okay, Drew had a crush on this girl, and I want to use like a fake name too anyway, but let's just say her name is Sabrina, okay? So Drew had a crush on Sabrina. Sabrina knew about the crush, but she never went for it because she didn't want to lose his like best friend. Apparently they known each other since like little kids, probably. I don't know, but they just known each other for that long, and she knew about the crush on him. Like, you know, she knew that he had a crush on her and stuff like that. So what did she do? She actually like led him on throughout this whole time. Like he pretended, or like he pretended that he was like so happy or something like that, and then she pretended that she was happy. And then by the time it got to like almost like graduation time in high school, I remember I got the classic, the iPod Classic, and I was like, oh, you know, like, I got this, so let's go, you know, put some music in there. So my friend Alex, she actually put some music on there thanks to her brother and stuff, so I was amazed. So thanks to her, there's a lot of music in there that I actually freaking love, and I still listen to as of today. So around that time, in graduation time, it was like maybe 2 to 3 weeks before, let's say Sabrina. I'm trying to remember her name. I don't want to say her real name. Sabrina came to me. Like, she came to me and was just like, hey, how do I deal with this situation? And I was like, what are you talking about? It's like, Drew just asked me out, and I don't know how to turn this guy down. And I was like, dude, you're like best friends, you know? Just tell him how you really feel, and then maybe he'll back off or something. And it turned out to be the wrong advice to give her at the time because she actually did that, and it broke Drew's heart. Like, it really did, and I felt so bad. But he never knew that she, like, I was the reason why she went to go tell him, you know, to turn him down. I felt so bad. So I remember for those 3 weeks, consecutive weeks, I brought in some like homemade Japanese chocolates that I got from like a magazine, like, you know, way back then, probably like in sophomore year. And I've been doing them almost every year. Like, a lot of my friends ate it and they said it was pretty good, and I was just like, cool, you know, like, I thought maybe I could sell some, and I did. But most of the time I just gave them away as free samples anyway. So I remember bringing chocolates to him almost every single fucking day. I really did, because I thought that maybe it'll cheer him up, and it did. I felt so bad, and I was like, okay, what else can I do? So I went to Sabrina. I was like, Sabrina, I can't do this anymore. You need to talk to Drew. So she was like, okay, fine. And guess what she did? And what she did, or maybe she's still doing as of today, I don't know. She went to go ask out a guy. I don't know his real name, honestly, but I know what he looks like, and I was so fucking pissed about this. And I still am as of today, because I think she's still dating him. I'm not sure. I'm gonna use his name, I'm just gonna say Eddie. I don't know. I'm gonna use Eddie. So Sabrina ends up dating Eddie, and they were kind of like, you know, lovey-dovey, whatever, throughout the whole time. It made Drew feel like a piece of shit. It really did. It made him feel so insignificant, and I just felt even more bad. So I ended up telling him what I did, and then he got mad at me, but then he forgave me after, I think, like a week before graduation. And but there was like 2 weeks that I decided, was like, you know what, like, should I even, you know, still be friends with him even after all this time? Because I felt like I destroyed his chances of him being with Sabrina, and I was like, I don't know, what should I do? So I remember going to Alex and Jane, and they both tell me, like, dude, you know, that's not your issue no more. You done your best, now let them talk it out. And I was like, okay. So now, immediately, it was so funny. This song played again, Smells Like Teen Spirit by Nirvana. It played at graduation day, and I was like, oh no, what's gonna happen this time, you know? So I went to go look for Drew, and apparently there's another memory that will happen. And during this time, I talked to another guy, and he was pretty cool, whatever. And then, you know, I went my separate ways, because I was telling him, like, I need to go look for Drew, and he was like, okay, sure, I'll talk to you, you know, later. And I was like, all right, cool. So I went to Drew, and I was like, Drew, are you okay? And he was like, no, I'm not okay. And I was like, what happened? And he's like, not only did I graduate, but I feel like I'm never going to see my best friend ever again. And I felt so terrible. I really did. I remember crying at graduation, because it was supposed to be like one of those special moments in your life where you will always cherish, especially if people have recorded or took photos of it. But for me, I was like, I didn't care much about it. I was just like, I'm not gonna see none of y'all people. And the only friends that I'm gonna hang out with is like the friends that stayed with me for consistently over the years. And it turned out that it was just only my group of friends that I made just back when I was in sophomore year. And so I was like, okay, well, whatever, I'm not gonna talk to these people no more. So I think that's what happened. Like, I think Drew went home, I think, and then I went to go look for him just before he like left and stuff. Then Sabrina came out of the corner and was just like, have you seen Drew? Because we were supposed to go, you know, go out and eat. And I was just like, aren't you going with your boyfriend or something? And she's like, no, we broke up. I was like, what? You broke up with Eddie? He was like, yeah, I broke up with him. And I was like, what happened? It's like, oh, he made out with like, what? I don't remember that girl's name now, honestly. But I remember her face so clearly. And she's like this short chick. That's all I remembered. And so I'm going to say her name is Sarah. So, apparently Eddie made out with a girl named Sarah, and I was just like, what the fuck? You know, like, what the fuck happened, you know? And it was like, oh, apparently he's been like cheating on me for the last couple weeks, and I could not take it no more. And I was just like, girl, Like, what the hell? You know, like, I was just shocked. I really was shocked. I was like, okay, well then, what are you gonna do now? And he's like, well, I'm gonna go make up with Drew and then see what happens. I was like, all right, cool. You know, you do your thing, girl. Do your thing. So she left, and then I was waiting around for family members to see if they could find me in the crowd with the students and stuff. Went home, did my thing. You know, like, I went to go eat at a Chinese food place that over there that doesn't exist anymore, which I'm very sad of. I believe that maybe the owners of the place died of COVID or something, but I am not really sure. So anyway, I want to say now 3 or 4 weeks later, I want to say, like, I think it was like around the time I started talking to another guy, I think. I don't know. I like I said, some of my timelines are messed up, and it's been a while since I've actually thought of these experiences. So all I remember was I was talking with this guy, and then next thing you know, things led one to another. He introduced me to another group of friends, and then their mutual friends happened to be with Alex and everybody else. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm back in contact with them. I added them on Facebook, on my personal Facebook profile. Then eventually I deleted them because they did not want to talk to me. It had nothing to do with me at all. They didn't want nothing to do with me. So I was like, okay, cool. But they sometimes will message me once in a while and tell me about progress with Drew, and I was just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that guy. I've been so busy with like trying to get into college and I guess dating. I don't know. But I messaged Drew on Facebook, and I was just like, hey dude, how you doing? And he was like, I'm doing pretty good, what about you? And I just said, cool, I'm about to start college in like a few days or something like that, because I knew I started like in June of 2010, I think. Yeah, in June of 2010, because I remember I graduated like somewhere in May of 2010. So like that conversation with me and Drew came out to be like, oh, that's not that bad, I'm gonna go adjust the camera a little bit. Okay, so he talked about Sabrina a lot, and I felt really bad. I told him that I still feel bad as of today, and he was like, oh no, don't worry about it, like I don't know if she was the right person for me anyway. Like, we still remained as best friends, and I was just like, okay, cool. But I was like, like, I still owe you for hurting you for so much. And he said, no, the chocolates were enough, so that's okay. And I was just like, all right, cool. So what do you want to do now? Like, do you want to hang out? Do you want to, like, do something or whatever, just to, like, chill? He was like, I don't know, like, let me see what my schedule is. Well, never responded to me after that. Like, he eventually, like, I think he blocked me on Facebook or something. I don't know. It's been forever. And I was just like, okay, cool. Whatever this guy is doing, all power to him. So that was the experience. It was a short experience, and I know there's a lot of details in between of it that it is missing, but that was the one I remember the most because of this song. And I remember, like, every single time my Spotify playlist will play the song, his mind, like my mind pops up of his face, of how devastated he was when Sabrina broke his heart. And I still, to this day, I don't really feel that bad, but, like, I felt like I ruined their chances of them getting together. And I was like, oh, like, I tried my best, and Sabrina was just she was a stubborn person, and she was like, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, I just didn't know. Like, he's only my best friend. I have never seen him more as that. I never seen him, like, anything more than just a best friend. I was just like, just give him a chance, and she never did. And I don't know if they ever dated or anything. Like, I've tried, I was snooping, I was snooping on their Facebook profiles and stuff. I even went as far as to, like, LinkedIn, because apparently he started his own company, and I was, like, very proud of him, but nothing. Like, I didn't see nothing, so I just assumed that either they resolved their issues or they're still having issues up today. But they've only had, like, a picture together from what I've seen. It was, like, back in 2014. I think they went to Universal Studios or something like that. I don't know. But all I know is that these individuals, I don't want to talk to them as of today for sure, because I felt like they were a part of my life that it just seemed surreal, and like, I don't know, I felt like I was really happy when I got to know them. And now that we're like all grown and stuff, like I feel like I still don't want them in my life. It would be cool if they reach out and stuff once in a while, you know, but I decided, I was like, nah, I'm okay with that. There's a lot of people in my life that I decided to walk out on because of the fact that they were either a bad influence on me, or I just decided like, nah, I was like, they don't vibe with me or something like that. So there you go. That was the experience I had. And hopefully the next episode, I don't know how long it will take for the other one to pop up, but hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.